Okay, I just want to make a video, more of a test video, I guess, to see what happens with this. And I'll point out a couple things. Number one, I was bitching about YouTube in a couple of episodes ago, if I'm going to call them episodes, a couple parts ago. I'm working on the Trippi Series. I'm trying to finish up the Trippi Series. And I'm having a hard time now with uploads. So I'm trying the other phone out right now. I'm going to try this other phone out. But what I noticed is now they fixed this. So before, I was bitching a couple of days ago about every time I hit load more, it was bringing me in the wrong. It wasn't giving me, it wasn't reloading. I wasn't able to go through the whole channel. So now the channel's been fixed now. I guess YouTube fixed that. These are research videos under the Santos Bonacci series. I'm going to hit on a couple of them. I may put you on pause just to look at a couple of them to make sure. Let's just see how long they are. Let's see. This is a 20-minute video. This one here of the moon. It's a research vid. All right, I'm going to go with it. All right, so let's punch this up. And what I'm doing here is bringing light to light. So what you do is you take your cell phone in your hand, like I got here. This is Santos Bonacci series for Santos Bonacci part 80. Okay, and I'm going to bring my phone down here and bring it right in here. Now you can track this, keep it in your hand if you want to, and you know, as long as you're not shaking around too much, then you'll be fine. But I'll point out, since I'm in here, is that when you leave it in one place, you see that magnetic effect that happens when you get the phone too close. So I got to keep in a little bit of movement. So I'm moving it a little bit like this. I just wanted to mention that, because if you try going in and leaving it there, you'll like blur out. So you might have to move your camera a little bit about and stuff. That's why I say sometimes holding in your hand is easy. I'll point out flipping your screen back and forth a little bit might help. What's starting to come into play right here is what I was calling the wizard. But again, I'm trying to get away from my own human influence, and we're just going to say there's a human face here. But I was making this out as a wizard many times, but you'll be able to see it clearly in some of these videos that I got for Santos Bonacci. So eye of a wizard. Here's his pointy nose of what we humans would think of as a wizard, at least anyway. I don't know what my settings are. Let's find out. 48 and 50, good enough. All right, and reason is because I got enough light coming back through here. So I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna let the camera set up. Now my telescope's very shaky. It's an old telescope. Okay, so he's coming into view. More and more images will come into view as this is happening. Now some of them will be more and more clear to you as it's coming through, different lights and shadows. So you're not supposed to see certain images at certain shadows and distances, right? So I'm going to flip my screen way back so we can look at some of this a little more, because my camera monitor is disgusting. So you guys will be able to see this even better than I can right now. At least through my phone anyway. I'm going to look past my phone because that's how disgusting it is right now. So anyways, yeah, so these images, you know, you'll be able to pick them out. When you start going in, you'll see that there's faces behind here that are peeking over the shoulder, these other faces. You'll see image within image within image, just like everywhere else. Here's that seashell that you were looking at the other day for Rick. Rick was getting in on some of these. Now, this is a video. This is not, you know, pictures on the paper. Hopefully these start uploading and you'll be able to look at these. Now, this is on the Santos Bonacci series. That's why I said these are really good. This is the fucking moon people. So here's some of these other images that you can't make out anything else around it. They get separated. That's what I'm talking about with the lights and the shadows. Lights and shadows, lights and shadows. So if you let it go light to light and you let the moon come through and you go around and look at it like I'm showing you right now through the eyes of your camera at first. Then after a little while, you'll get better and better at it and you'll see what I'm saying. All right, so that's that. I'm going to hit play again. Let me set my tripod up here again. Okay, so I'm going to just set my tripod up and I'm going to hit play. I just did. And we're going to watch it come through. And as it comes through, you're going to see more shadows are going to pop in. There we go. Boom, more shadows. So now these more shadows are going to give you more imagery. So I just paused it. And it's also going to show some of the imagery you were already seeing more clearly. I'm going to come down an angle a little bit so you can get a look in there. Okay, so everybody can do this. This is for anybody. Anybody can do this. So you're going to start picking out the imagery. I'm going to ask, Rick seems to be working with me right now. I'm going to ask anybody that comes to these videos and wants to work with us. I mean, come on, come aboard. Anybody's welcome. The only thing I'm going to ask is that shadow imagery, I just don't want to deal with it right now. So if you guys want to get into shadow imagery and start picking it out, go ahead. But I mean, the imagery that I'm trying to bring you is so much more crisp and clear than shadow imagery. I know the shadow imagery is there, but I'm just, it's easier to stick with stuff that we can get confirmation on for now and then work out the shadow imagery later. But of course, there is shadow imagery. I agree with you on that. Hold on a minute. I had to pause it because of the fucking computer. I agree with you on the shadow imagery, guys and girls, but unfortunately, no matter what, shadow imagery is us seeing what we want to see. The whole system is lights and shadows, so I'm not surprised that people are able to pick out shadow imagery. So, even me saying it's non-confirmable, it's not that it's really non-confirmable because you can confirm it. You can see the image, shadow image of something, and I can confirm and say, yeah, I see the same shadow image, but it's not going to have the same impact as anything with the details in it, like what I'm going to get you in on here as we're going around. And this is a video of this. Now, again, with the cropping, right? So I made those things for cropping that I was telling you about. I'm going to reach behind me and get one. Hold on a minute. So I can leave that there for me. Okay. So I've done this before where I made... oh, shit, where's that? I don't know. I fucking lost one already. Unbelievable. Here it is. So what I used to do is I used to make these so that I could go like this, because otherwise it's image within image within image. So you start pulling in other images and it confuses the eye. So by being able to do this, I can bring you in and get you in on the image that I'm focused on at the moment, right? And then another way of doing that, again, if I want to get you to see something else, is to go like this. Rather than, I mean, maybe there are computer ways to do this. I got pissed at Rick because he wanted to put a fancy square box around his. He can do what he wants. I just say that's going to make people think in their minds that there's some kind of computer shit going on and that you have to have special advanced equipment or something to be able to see this. And you don't. You can see all this with your eyes. I'm just pointing it out to you that you can go see it for yourselves. There's nothing fancy going on here. That's why I'm pointing out that it's not ever hidden from us. It's really not. None of this is ever hidden from us. We always assume that there's those big fucking secrets. No, man, we're the fucking zombies. We're the ones that choose to do this. So here's another one that I made. I used to do circles, but I'm learning my lessons. It's all about triangles now for me. So what I do now is I use the triangles, and it does help when you want to point out imagery to people. If you want someone to see certain images more clearly, you can go like this and box them out. Pick a triangle and go ahead and box them out for them. Or if you want them to see a certain eyes, hey, can you take a look at this? Larger images. That's why I got different size triangles cut out. Also, the backing, I noticed it makes a difference as well. Again, with the colors and shit, right? So if I take a box like this, it's a little larger and it's a black. It doesn't have the same glare as the white one. So I'm able to bring in and show you different images and shit like that way. and you'll be able to see things a little more clearly that way sometimes. So anyways, that's it. I wanted to show you this. Matter of fact, let me try this one with this. Let me see what size I got. Since I'm here anyways, let's see, where the fuck is he now? Right here. Yeah. So you see what I mean? I can like bring you in and go like this with him and try to give you the definition in his face and everything like that. And it also helps too, because if I want to show you the image within image, I can come down and give you the next images that are in line, that kind of thing as well. So it's a less fancy way of cropping. You know, you just put a piece of paper up there, a piece of cardboard, and then I also have this one. I just did these because I haven't used these in a while. This idea, I should say, I haven't used in a while. But I may end up going back to it. Rick gave me the idea with the digital thing that it was important for people to possibly for cutting out the imagery for people. So if that's the case, then, you know, we can do that. I'm just cutting in a bunch of different images. All right, so I'm going to hit play again on this. Let me set up. Pull some light in for you. And then you'll see as the moon keeps coming into my telescope further and further. Oh, I'll get rid of that for you. Okay, so here comes another good one that I liked. And I've traced this one out quite a bit. So I'll try to give them to you with doing my little stupid cropping thing here that I'm going to try to use. So I can bring you in. All right, so he's going to be right here. He's going to be right here. His eyes and his forehead. Right there. Okay. See him? There he is. See him? So we're going to catch him. I'm probably going to end up tracing him out again. Right now, those are some other faces that are right around him. But it's going to be him. Watch. So we're going to wait for him to come in, and we'll just watch everything else as well. But okay, so now you're getting to see a bigger version of this human face that I was calling a wizard before, because now his mouth drops all the way down to here at this point now. And you're starting to see another face that's going to come in through here. The other eye, uses the same nose as the wizard, but he looks a little different and looks feline, which is right here. So again, using the cropping method, I'd have to use probably this box to show you this one. There he is right there. So that one there, it looks like a feline nose, but it could be human too. Now again, every angle, I could change up the angle. I'm just trying not to confuse you too much. But then if I want the wizard, I can give you the wizard back again. Probably by using this one, probably the best one. And all these other ones that Rick was looking at the other day, I'm going to show you when this moon comes around, because that's another important thing that I do is 360s on the telescope. So this guy's coming in more and more clearly now as the moon's coming into the camera's view. So here, let's watch. I just hit play again. Okay, so you're probably going to start losing him in your visual because of the collage effect that happens. So you're going to start catching all kinds of other images. So I'm going to keep you on task here. So let me see. Let's go do this. Let's see. I might come down a little bit to get him. Right there. Mouth open. Let me get a smaller one. This one. this one and then get rid of this. So there he is. So there's his face with his mouth open. There's his forehead again. And there's a lot of things going on around him. Maybe this one might even be better for him. There you go. Oops. There you go. See what I'm saying? See the detail that you could have? You don't have to settle for fucking, what do you call it? Shadow imagery. You know, there's no need for shadow imagery really when the details are that clear, you know? So I'm going to crop them this way now, this time with my camera going this way. And I'll come right off the board with it, and then I'll tell you when I got most of his faces to the left of the camera right there. So now I'm going to go back the other way and crop him this way. And look at all the things that are around him as well. Yeah. Okay. Straight on. Again, this is a video. This is not a photograph. If anybody is just coming on to this. Okay. Gonna hit play again. Just pause here before this goes out of the way. But Rick, up here, there's a image here of looks like a human image. He'll come in much clearer. I've got videos of him, but this is another example of shadow imagery where I have a whole body image, but it's shadow imagery. The only reason I count it is because there's other places I'll show you in the next few videos that that I can confirm with toes and fingers that are in the moon for body imagery. So I'll show you those. So once I find toes, feathers, whatever on the ground, then that's what I'm saying about the confirmation part, for me at least anyways. But as far as clarity goes, yeah, we could do way better than that one that you had. You'll be able to see much more. Okay, I'm just playing and pausing, playing and pausing. Again, this is Santos Bonacci, part 80. Santos Bonacci series for Santos Bonacci. Oh, and then I'll mention too, Rick did a fucking great job. He made playlists of all those series that I did, which was excellent. I've been having fun watching them myself now. And much more enjoyable to watch them that way too, because they don't keep going over to other people's videos all the time. So thank you, Rick, for doing that. And I'm trying to get Rick to take the channel before I get shut down, because it's only going to be a matter of a few weeks, like I keep saying. So I'm going to hit play again because I want to come over to this before he leaves out of sight. Okay, that's already 20 minutes. I'm just going to let this run through. I don't want to spend too much time because videos have not been uploading. Let me see if I can fix this first before I spend too much time on it. But you get the idea. So you're going to, let me reset this at least anyway. So if you come to these videos, Santa Spinaci are the good ones right now. I'll send everyone to any of the research videos of the moon that are in the Santa Spinaci series are all pretty decent. And it was just the weather was right, and the camera wasn't shaking around too much, and things were really good. And then you take your camera as it's coming into view, and you can use your camera to go look around inside the moon using your camera phone as a viewing device, just like I'm doing here for you. I wouldn't advise video over video over video, but here it is right in front of you on these series. You have the original video of the moon running through the telescope, and I'm purposely letting it go from light to light. So, don't think you're wasting your time when you don't have the full moon right in your circle of view. No, you kind of were hoping for that, because what it's going to do is going to allow you to come in here like I'm doing now, and then I'm going to tell everybody, angle your computers back and forth, angle them around, look around with them with your phone in your hand like I'm doing here, and see the differences in the way that you're seeing things. Lights and shadows, and notice what's happening as I'm doing this. And I'd say move slowly, kind of like I'm showing you on the paper. Same thing. Look, move slowly, let your eyes adjust, let your eyes get on things, move back and forth like this. And then when you come back, you'll notice some things, and then you can go back in deeper form. You'll watch them change as you move your perception, as you change your perception, whatever. Same thing with all this. Look, I'm gonna come right off the board here and show you this, and then I'm gonna do some 360s because this area over here with his mouth open, the nose and the two eyes right here, he's looking up that way, shouting. There's an image there, and as you do 360s with the camera and the telescope, all these things become crisp and clear. So when you see the shadow image of it, it's no longer a shadow image when you change your perception of it. Is my point. So looking at them from an angle, I'm going to back up a little bit, the one with the mouth open. And if I wanted to do the cropping thing, might even pull them in even better also. But yeah, we'll be able to get all that really good when I come around that side when I'm doing the turning. So yeah, so bring your phone in like I'm doing here, use it in there, and you'll get details out of everything, and you'll see that when you change your angle, just like I'm showing you guys on the paper, same thing happens on the computer. So in other words, I angle it back. I used to put books under there and shit like that to get my angle real good so that I could do this. I used to put books under the front of the monitor and go like this, which, you're welcome to do. Because again, all this is confirmable. Anyways, all of this imagery is confirmable when you hit it to paper. When you get it to paper, you can come in and all the same shit. So you see the face up there? I used to call these caverns and caves and everything like that. Then I started getting the imagery in even more. So now I know that there's, in the darker areas, I know there's images within image. So I used to look at this as images looking out of dark caves type of thing. But now I've gotten all the images of the faces that what I used to call dark caves, I see the faces that they make up now. So it was just everywhere. So this is really good for you to be able to do as well. Catch all that, learn about it, all that. And let's see. I'm already at 24 minutes. I'm just going to press play. Just give it a couple more minutes. This is the second time this one's running through. I don't know if I turned the camera or not. Most likely I did. I probably turned it a little bit. It looks like I turned it a little to the right. But who knows? And I'm doing this right now without filters or anything. I could put filters on. Filters does make a difference also. But I figure anybody still watching my channel is probably pretty advanced on this anyways. And here comes my guy. I'll crop him. Camera just circled him. And you see all the stuff right next to him. You got that looks like a skull, but when you go in a little, it could be a skull even at that distance. But then when you go in on it, you're gonna notice it's not necessarily a skull because it's image with an image with an image. So you'll see all those faces as well. See, when I go in deeper, watch. Matter of fact, I should have pressed pause. Hold on a minute. Okay, so right here. So I press pause. Press pause when you're going to go look in. I forgot to mention that because otherwise it's going to change on you in your perspective. So if you're trying to look at something in particular, like I'm going to try to show you here. So again, we're out here and I'm just looking at my guy right there. I'm letting the camera circle him. Camera centered on him right now. Center, stick another circle. There you go. And then when I come in, I'm going to get you away from him because I want you to distract your mind because otherwise you'll keep looking for him. So that's why I go like this sometimes and then come back in again. I'm learning to do that. So when I come back in, watch. Watch. So I'm coming around here and you'll see how crisp and clear I can get this imagery as well. So I'm going to pull my guy back in, but still look around. You see the other faces all around them. And you'll see that skull looking thing from here is not necessarily so skull looking because you're going to get it on the deeper imagery. So there you go. And there you go. And there you go. And there you go. There's another one with a smoking device, and it blows my fucking mind whenever something like that comes into play because it's just too fucking weird for me. So even though it's fairly clear, it's just too fucking weird, and I can't get my mind. Think about it, all the weird shit that I'm fucking seeing and going through, and this is too weird for me to get. I don't know, man. It's just fucking weird. All right, so there's a lot of images within images now on this right here, right? So I'm gonna just give you a few of them, and I'll bring your eyes all over the place for a minute if I can. Let me see if I can get them the best way. Now, I only got two hands, so the point to crop and to hold the fucking camera all at once is not gonna be happening. So let me see. Hold on a minute. All right, let me start backwards. In other words, okay, this being a smoking device, this being the ashes at the end of the smoking device, follow the smoking device up into the lips. These are the lips right here. Now I can get you several different faces on this set of lips that are working this smoking device right here. There's also tails of another smoking device down here, which is a pipe. That works for another image on a smaller scale. This cigarette that I'm talking about, or cigar, or whatever smoking device this is, goes to these lips here. Now these lips change and they go to several different images. So one of the images is going to be an eye here, and the big face. I'll try to go around the face and this big face, right? Then that same one, if I bring you maybe on a little more of an angle, might get them better, of another one with, again, I hate wearing apparel, but if these were going to be sunglasses that were sitting up on the nose of another smoker right here, okay, eye, sunglasses up on the up on the face, right? So let me try that again. This, see, because you're probably getting sunglasses and this thing is a nose. By the way, this is one of the pimples on the fucking moon, by the way. But anyways, eyes, nose is what you're probably getting. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, open them again, and follow me here. That eye, the nose is now an eye. The other eye is right here. I'm going to barely be able to fucking get you in on him. He's right here underneath these glasses. Nose now. Big fucking lips with a cigar sticking out his mouth, okay? Of this big image. Now that I pointed him out, let me see if I can do this. How am I going to do this? There we go. Right there. That dude there. So that dude there that I'm cropping out for you there down to his cigars, right? Then, let me see if I can pull you in the other one. Then the next one that was using that same cigar or smoking device. I can't get them. I'm not able to get the full one this way. Maybe if I pull my arm back this way. There he is, right? I'm not able to get him as good. I can get him better than this, so I'm not even